Hi everyone, in the last video we saw how to read a particular value by querying the database. In this video we're going to be talking about how we can delete an item using the same principles. So it is going to be a delete request, so we can say else if r.method is equal to http.method delete. Then let's do something. So first let's write the function on the model layer. So you go to create.go in the model, then copy this function create to do and then delete to do. So we want to delete our to do according to name. So we want to delete all of the to dos which have a certain name. So we can simply do delete from to do where name is equal to question mark, and then we can simply pass in the name over here and then we are good to go. So in this way we can delete this things from our database. So let's go to our controller layer over to CRUD, and then what we need to do is we need to do data is equal to, or rather if error is equal to model dot delete to do, and we want to pass in the name over here. Error is not equal to nil. Then we can simply write w.write some bytes which can say some error, and then we can simply return. And if we deleted something, then we can simply say json.new encoder dot encode, or let's see what we want to encode. We want to encode our status, so we can simply say struct, and our struct is going to be a status, and let our status be a string in this case, and then json it to status. The S should be capital of the status over here because it's exported, and then we can simply say item deleted. So this is gonna wrap our encoder around our response writer and then encode the struct, an instance of the struct which says item deleted. And then at the same time we can say w.write header http.status okay, which sends a status 200. Now the only thing is, how do we define our name over here? So you can simply say var name string. So now in this case what we're going to do is we're going to do some path manipulation. So if you look over here, you see that we need to include the name or the ID from the slash route. So let's see how we can do that. So I'm gonna restart my server real quick, and I'm going over to Postman to create a new request. This request is going to be a delete request in our case, and then we want to pass in the name CodeChefEIT, but we don't want to pass it like this. We want to do it right in the URL. So localhost 3000 CodeChefEIT, send a delete request to it. It's going to delete all of the to-do lists which belong to CodeChefEIT. So what happens when we do it now? Status item deleted. But what actually happened? So if we look at CodeChefEIT, nothing actually happened. This is because we passed in nil as our name over here, and then it said, the database said that okay, delete items where name is nil. So database said that okay, name isn't nil anywhere, so I'm just gonna return that I've done my job, and that is why our error wasn't invoked. So how do we capture this name? So let's do a from.println on something known as r.url.path. So r.url.path returns a string back to us, which is the path of the URL that we're hitting, API that we're hitting. So send a send request. So we got the slash CodeChefEIT. Now if you look at this route, we only need this part, right? This part is going to be our name. So we can use the concept of string slicing over here, where we can say that okay, I want from 1 till the end and I don't want anything else after that. So let me restart this real quick. I'm gonna send the same call, and then we got our name over here. So going back to our code, we can simply say our name is gonna be r.url.path and then whatever you appended after this, and we don't need this anymore. So let's see what happens when we hit the endpoint right now. I'm just going to restart the server real quick. I'm going to go to Postman. Let's first confirm if CodeChef still exists. It does. Now if you send a request, it says item deleted. If you send a request right now, you can say that there's nothing in the database right now related to CodeChef, so our thing worked. So if I type in my name right now and send in a request, you see that there are 3 to-do lists, or rather 3 to-do items created in the database. So let's see what happens when I pass in my name instead of CodeChef, Angad, and send. It says item deleted, returns a 200 OK response. When I look at the database, all of the items were deleted. So in this videos and in the past couple of videos, we learned how to create a simple to-do API where we checked the health of the API, created an entry, read all entries by ID, and deleted the entries. In the last video, we're going to conclude our to-do API, and we're going to talk about each of the steps that we took while building it. So stay tuned guys, and see you guys in the next video.